Welcome to This Explainer. If you're a focused learner looking to cut through the noise and actually navigate this absolute explosion of artificial intelligence, well, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're going to completely dismantle a massive misconception. You see, making $1 million with AI, it is not about knowing every single complex tool or being incredibly technical. Actually, it's about choosing the exact right business model for your unique personality. We've got 9 incredibly lucrative AI business paths to cover today, and we're going to break them all down so you know exactly where to begin.
Let's take a super quick look at the roadmap for today. We'll start with the 2 distinct paths of AI, then we'll dive into Path A for the long game, Path B for fast cash, explore the vibe coding wildcard, and finally, help you choose your overall strategy.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the 2 paths of AI, and finding your timeline and tolerance.
Listen, before you even think about touching a single AI prompt, you've got to wrap your head around this core dichotomy. It's a major paradigm shift that completely simplifies the entire landscape of AI entrepreneurship. Path A is an inbound strategy. It realistically takes about 1 to 3 years to build, but it's incredibly introvert-friendly because you literally never have to cold message a stranger. Instead, you build an audience that comes directly to you. Path B, on the other hand, is the outbound strategy. It's extrovert-friendly, highly actionable, and the best part, it can generate fast cash in your bank account in as little as 72 hours. Neither one is inherently better, right? But you absolutely must choose the one that fits your current financial needs and your own personality. Moving right along to Section 2, let's dig into Path A, the long game, and building an inbound audience. So if you're down to run that 1 to 3 year marathon to build massive, scalable leverage without ever making a single cold call, the first model, the AI content creator, is honestly shockingly simple. When you're just starting out, originality is completely overrated. The playbook is just this. Find an AI tutorial that already has over 1 million views and copy the hook and script exactly, especially for those absolutely crucial first 10 seconds. As you post daily and hit around 10,000 followers, which, by the way, is very doable in today's AI-hungry market, you'll naturally start attracting these highly lucrative inbound brand deals from heavily funded tech startups. Now, building on that exact same content foundation, our second model is repurposing as a service. And honestly, this is brilliant. The golden rule here? Never pitch a busy creator a boring video editing task. Instead, pitch them the ultimate outcome. Free, completely hands-off followers. You just use AI automation to slice up their long-form YouTube tutorials into dozens of bite-sized TikToks and threads. They get all this passive growth, and you charge a really nice monthly retainer simply to keep those AI systems running smoothly.
Okay, hold on. Before we go any further, we really need to bust a massive internet myth right now regarding our third Path A model, which is faceless channels. Because if you spend any time online, you've definitely been sold the dream that faceless videos are just this fully automated push-button ticket to millions.
Well, here is the harsh reality. While faceless channels can absolutely be incredibly profitable, 100% of the truly successful ones are absolutely not fully automated. You have to use AI to assist with your ideation, scripting, and editing, sure, but you cannot simply set it and forget it. The algorithms demand a real human touch. If you want those sweet platform ad rewards, you've got to actively curate high-quality, long-form YouTube videos. And if you're leading into short-form faceless content, the platforms pay almost nothing for that. So you've got to be smart and use that viral traffic to drive users to an external digital product or a mobile app.
$50,000. Let that number sink in for a second, because that represents the absolute minimum monthly revenue of top-tier AI education communities. And that brings us to our fourth and final Path A model. So what's the secret sauce of these massive communities? Well, it actually isn't just the AI curriculum. I mean, anybody can copy a course, right? What makes this model so explosive is that people will happily pay premium recurring fees just to be surrounded by high-quality peers. The true value lives in those weekly live workshops and in that real-time community feed where members are constantly sharing tangible wins, like closing a $10,000 consulting contract. You just cannot easily replicate the sheer energy of a winning community.
All right, shifting gears entirely to Section 3, Path B, fast cash, and getting paid this week. If you want to absolutely crush it in Path B, you have to intimately understand your target demographic.
The busy founder. Think about a highly stressed, non-technical executive who is just drowning in support tickets and emails. They're probably running on 4 hours of sleep and cold brew. They have massive AI fear of missing out, but crucially, they prefer to throw money at problems rather than sitting through a 30-minute tutorial to fix it themselves. They just want you to do it for them. So how do we find them? Well, there is a specific 3-day timeline that serves as the ultimate client acquisition machine for all Path B businesses. It's totally brilliant. On day 1, you search for viral Instagram or LinkedIn Reels about AI productivity. On day 2, you dive into the comments, where you will find hundreds of people literally begging for the template or the playbook. And then by day 3, you send cold DMs to 200 of these warm leads, offering to just set the whole thing up for them entirely. It is intercepting active demand at its absolute finest. Which brings us nicely to models 5 and 6, AI assistants and Claude training. Building a custom AI assistant that cleans up a busy founder's inbox and CRM can easily save them 15 hours a week. Or you can step into corporate Claude training. There is a massive lack of supply for this right now. Your pitch is so simple. I will train your team to save 5 hours per person per week. Because you are targeting a company's bottom line, you can comfortably charge $10,000 to $40,000 for a single corporate training session. Next up, models 7 and 8 involve higher-level implementation, AI consulting, and AI automation agencies. With consulting, you generally start by auditing a business, charging anywhere from $500 to $15,000. But prepare yourself for a reality check here. If you're watching this explainer, you are in a tiny bubble. Most businesses have an AI fluency of about 1 out of 5. And if you launch an automation agency, which basically means connecting their disparate tools via APIs, building digital bridges between software, with AI steps in between, we warned. The client's data is unstructured. Absolutely nothing is documented, and their infrastructure is usually a complete mess. In fact, let me let you in on a dark secret of the AI space. Don't fall for the hype. 99% of the creators you see pushing AI automation agencies online actually make way more money selling you access to their community than they do from their actual agency. Why? Because while the agency model is highly profitable, doing the back-end fulfillment and constantly debugging broken client systems is grueling, messy, and incredibly hard to scale. However, if you are hungry and you do decide to launch an agency anyway, speed is your absolute ultimate weapon. If you use Upwork, follow this exact rule. Step 1, find fresh jobs. Step 2, you absolutely must apply within the first 2 hours. If you wait any longer than that, the busy founder has already put out another fire and completely forgotten they even posted the job. And step 3, respond in under 12 hours with human-sounding text. So many applicants just copy-paste obvious AI-generated slop. Simply speaking like a real normal human being gives you a massive competitive advantage. Moving on to Section 4, the vibe coding wildcard, high risk, high enterprise value. So what exactly is vibe coding? Well, it's the process of building full, functional software apps simply by typing natural language prompts into an AI. You bypass traditional coding entirely. This means a single person can build scalable enterprise technology that could eventually be sold for a massive 5x to 20x revenue multiple. It is the ultimate dream. But of course, it comes with a major, often fatal, catch. The absolute biggest mistake I see new vibe coders make is building overly complex products just because the AI makes it so easy to keep adding features. But without users, you're just building in the dark. The ideal vibe-coded app has to do exactly one thing flawlessly in the first 90 seconds after a user signs up. You've got to keep it incredibly simple so they reach that aha moment immediately. And here is your reality check. When you are building the app, it's fine to spend all your time prompting. But the second you launch, you must flip your mindset entirely. You have to spend 90% of your time, at least 4 hours a day, purely on marketing, content creation, and DMing potential users. Because if you do not market vigorously, your brilliant app will just be met with complete and utter indifference. Finally, Section 5. Choosing your strategy, execution over information. Do yourself a favor and take a screenshot of this summary right now. It neatly categorizes all of your options. Look, if you want to play the long game and avoid direct sales, Path A is your home for the next 1 to 3 years. If you need cash in 72 hours and you don't mind sending cold DMs, Path B is ready for you today. And if you have a killer marketing strategy, vibe coding is your high-risk, high-reward wildcard. At the end of the day, the greatest tools in human history are literally sitting right at your fingertips. But let's be real, AI will not magically make you a millionaire on its own. Your execution will. So take a moment and look inward. Which timeline actually fits your unique personality? And which of these 9 paths are you going to commit to building today? Because this AI revolution isn't waiting for anyone. The only question is whether you'll be a consumer or a creator. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you on the next one.